YouTube family. So I wanted to talk about how men and women communicate differently. So in my years of studying communication, um, I've learned that how people communicate, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, you can determine why they are doing the things that they do. If you study people, communication, you maybe study psychology, but it's still puzzling as to how men and women think differently. And what I mean by that is a man may react to the same situation differently than a woman. And the reason why is because men are naturally logical thinkers. They think in a way of, like, let's say it's an issue, or a dilemma. They automatically think of a solution, how to fix it, and then the steps needed to take to fix it. For the most part, that's how most men approach a situation, how they are going to react or fix or find a solution to that situation. Women are more emotional, so they may go off how they feel about that situation, and then they may react, but their reaction is firsthand their emotion. So, or their intuition, the energy that it brings, that it makes them feel, the emotion or the mood, and that's how women react. So, it's not to say that women are not logical thinkers, but women act off of their emotion. And the quicker that we start to realize that we are different and that is okay, then the better we can be as a couple. And the reason why I say this is because sometimes women, and I myself, get frustrated, like, oh, why did he do this? Why did he react this way? And then women try to, in their head, understand why. And as a lay person, like if you're not in psychology, or if you're not in communication, or not understanding behaviors, then you may be confused as to why a man would do the things they do. And it pushes it. Then if you become an extremist, you may become feminine, or you may hate a feminist, or hate men, or just completely block men out. And then men, same thing. That's how sometimes men are either incels or MGTOW, because they get to the point where they feel like they don't understand women, that they no longer want to deal with women. And I think it's a healthy balance if people can take the time to realize that people are different, they react differently. But how you react to that situation can also be a determining factor of how you deal with the opposite sex. So, like, for example, you probably hear red pill. There are a lot of red pill men, and sometimes people go to the extreme and they think red pill is to be a dictator or to be a tyrant, or based on your definition of what you think is an alpha male, you may be rude or blunt to a woman to get your point across. But understanding women can help you get your same point across in a different way. So being more, you can still be red pill, but the way you say something can change a woman's, again, like I said, women react off of emotion. So it can change the type of emotion you get from a woman. So that's why generally guys who have swag, or guys who are very good with how they say things, can get a woman to do something, versus a guy who is just straight up blunt and rude. He may not get the same type of reaction. So I think if a man took the time to understand how women are, they'd have better situations with them. Same thing for women. You can't always understand why men do the things they do, but if you understand that a man likes respect, or the way you speak to him how you speak, how softly you speak can get a certain reaction than if you come across more hard or masculine. So a good example is, and I had to apologize to my husband for this. So a good example is, I thought in my mind we were being potentially attacked. And so I looked at the situation as, oh my gosh. And my husband looked at the same situation as protective mode. What are we going to do? And to this day, if you were to ask him, he would not say we were under attack. He would say there was a potential situation, which he, disarmed, or he eliminated whatever potential threat there was. So he looked at it as it was nothing. Nothing happened, but I was ready in case something happened. I looked at it as still we were under attack, even though nothing physically happened, but we were under attack. So basically someone was approaching us in a very aggressive manner, someone out the blue we didn't know, and they were approaching us almost like basically gonna run up on us. And so I was like, oh, scared. We were going to the movies. I could barely watch the movie because I'm so busy wondering if that person is like some crazy person. And he was cool. He was fine because he felt like he eliminated the threat. And as he was watching the movie, he was still being aware of his surroundings. So at first I was upset that he didn't react the same way I acted. And then he didn't know I was upset. I wasn't walking around mad, but I was kind of like, oh, why didn't you do this? But I had to check myself, and I realized, do I want my man to be upset and scared and nervous and petrified like me? No, I don't. I don't want a man like that. I want a man who acts just like he acted. So I had to realize I acted off of my emotion. He acted logically. A situation that needed a solution that needed to be fixed, and it was fixed, at least at that moment in time in his head, and he reacted as such. He reacted as a man, and I reacted as a woman. He did not get upset with how I reacted, and I realized I should not be upset with how he reacted. And that's how you fix that dynamic, that relationship. And once we learn how to communicate, and how to accept the fact that men and women are different. We're equal in our own right, equal in value, but we are different species, and we have a different headspace when it comes to certain situations. Accept it. Don't run away from women. Don't run away from men. Just accept the fact that we are different and unique. And that's what makes us blend together. That's what makes, that's that positive and negative battery. It works just correctly. So if you have any takeaway from this, just realize that men and women are different, and don't make a man more feminine because it satisfies your flesh. And don't make women different or try to hope that they react differently, because it defies nature. Okay? So having a healthy balance is key. All right? So come back later for more tips. All right? I'm DanielleDeVita.